I thought the answer was in front of me, but it was just a dream, and all the failing made me see. I thought I had to choose another way. You can't predict your fate, it's just how it's meant to be. This is when our worlds collide. This is when we come alive. Here's where we realize. Here's where we realize. This is when our worlds collide. This is where we come alive. Here's where we realize. Here's where we realize. Here's all that matters now. Here's all that matters now. Here's all that matters now. Oh, here's all that matters now. Here's all that matters now. Here's all that matters now. It's all that matters now. I could tell within a moment you knew me well. I could see you gave me solace when I needed someone there. In the darkness I still see you like a golden arch, rising high above the sunset in every way you are. I know that everything's in focus now. I'm seeing clearly for the first time today. I woke up feeling more alive. Tomorrow everything will turn around. Everything will turn around. Oh, 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 everything will turn around. Oh, oh, oh. All the days when I was searching for some kind of sign, now I've reached a destination with someone of my kind. Keep me breathing with a feeling like an LED light. Now I'm moving through the shadows. You woke me up tonight. I know that everything's in focus now. I'm seeing clearly for the first time today. I woke up feeling more alive. Tomorrow
Hello? How's everybody doing tonight? I totally didn't forget to update Clip Studio before stream, and that is not at all what I was just doing. Oh, come on, open on the right screen. Of course it's not going to. 1 second. 1 second, guys. Alright. Ta-da! Freshly updated Clip Studio Paint. So a wise man suggested going over updates and patch notes and stuff when there's an update. Normally, like, I get the little notification and do the thing. I don't even pay attention. And it's actually not a bad idea to pay closer attention to what's going on with the software that I use every day. So, let's see. Let's click through this window that I always immediately close. Sketch. Paint. Oh. That's why I always... This doesn't actually show when it's updated. It's like the first time you open Clip Studio thing. Okay. Never mind. So, I have the release notes up here. I will link to them. Oh. Ah, there we go. So this is version 1.11. This is the fall update. They have some pretty cool new things. They have new tools, and new settings on default subtools. So let's check those out. The first says, let's make a big one. Let's do my 10 by 10. I don't know why I like doing 10 by 10 canvas size. Inches. Pretty big. But hey. Okay, so the default settings of the wet wash and thick oil paint brush subtype tools have been updated to include color mixing. Default subtools with new settings can be downloaded from the subtool palette menu. If you're updating from version 1.10.10 or later, which is what I'm coming from, you can download the updated tools from Clip Studio Assets. So we'll do that. But first I want to check out the original ones, and we'll see the difference. So we're going to do easy peasy. We're going to mix blue and yellow. Let's see, we're doing the... I don't even know where my default brushes are. Thick oil paint was one. I would do T. Oh, that's not yellow. Oh my goodness. TOP. There's our yellow. Curious. Okay, yeah. So when you do the thick oil paint, your subcolor is going to show through. Yellow. And blue. So no color mixing. And then the other one, oh, wet wash. So that's going to be under watercolor right here. That's huge. Wet wash. Huge. Blending mode is multiply. Interesting. Is that what it's supposed to be? I don't know if that's default or if... Reset all settings to default. That's interesting. Okay, I think I got it. I'm just wondering how that's gonna work with color mixing. Blah, 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 blah. Okay. So we're gonna go to Clip Studio Assets. Fine brushes and more. I'm sorry, I can't sit still today. I couldn't sleep last night because I couldn't get comfortable. You ever just have one of those nights you're just trying so hard to fall asleep and you get so fidgety and like... Let's see... X, free, brush. So we're gonna go new. Official? Is there a way to filter on official? It'll say, if it's an official Clip Studio brush, it'll say it right on the tile and in the description. I thought there was a way to filter on that. I guess there's not. It would be nice. Official brush printing. No, that's not what I want. Publish date. Alright, so I guess we'll just search for the title. Wet wash. You can't put spaces in your tags. Here we go, version 1.11.0. Default subtools. Ugh, come on, come down here, because I'm being real sassy. Okay. I guess I'll see how that works. Let's download it. Check out now! Hopefully that download doesn't go make my stream go all hibbity bibbity. I'm gonna get my fortune while we're sitting here. Keep your eyes on a pickle. Not that stretchy. Wouldn't it be weird if pickles were stretchy? Stretchy pickle. Hashtag stretchy pickle. Okay, so download's done. We're going to go to add subtool. It's really weird the way they did that, but okay. Add to palette. I'm gonna rename this. So yeah, multiply was the standard. Oh, settings of subtool. Ugh. I'm just gonna put V2. And then we're gonna go to thick paint, add subtool, thick oil paint. Settings of subtool. Again, I'm just gonna go V2. So when I forget about all of this and look at it and say, why the hell do I have 2 of these on here? I don't have to like remember a thing. I have to use my brain. It'll be right there. It'll be fine. Okay. So, since we're in thick oil paint, we'll do V2. There's our pretty yellow. Good. So it is very pressure sensitive. And you get that a little bit of canvas texture when you use a light pressure. It's not like a really smooth blend, but I mean that's something you can tweak later. Watercolor. Or wet wash, I mean. V2. Actually, no. Let's go back to... Interesting. Oh, because when you color over yourself and you do that multiply, it's gonna multiply around the edges and you're gonna get like a soft spot in the middle. So it's like imitating that hard edge you get around watercolors. Well, that is... interesting. That would take a fair amount of color sampling. You can do some really cool effects with that, but you'd have to like really practice with this one to make sure it's doing what you want it to. So it's coming out like gray and ooky like that because I'm doing two complementary colors. So if we do red and then flute blue over it. We'll get a better sense of like the color mixing. Could do some neat clouds with this. Huh. Because if you take the multiply and you change it to normal, you're just gonna get like kind of a transparent watercolor shading, which is also really kind of pretty. I'm gonna sneeze. I rang my bell. Okay, anyway, I'm done playing with that. So that's the new wet wash and thick oil paint. So that's really cool. And you can, if you wanted to just have it in one tool and be able to turn it on and off, you would go to ink and this color mixing checkbox. Is what you would change. Oh, here it is. It was actually already displayed. So if you want to switch between the new and the old settings, this is what I'll take it back to. Color mixing or not. Yay! So that is what's going on over there. Next up, color mixing can be used with dual brushes. Now, I have not messed with dual brushes at all. I did, though, do a super SMRT thing today. And I read up on them a little bit before we did this so that I could sort of know what I'm talking about. So when you have a dual brush, you're basically using the brush tip. You're adding another brush tip to your existing brush. You're actually adding like a whole other pile of settings. So we're gonna try this with my normal painter tool that I use for like everything. We're gonna duplicate it. Apparently this is... Actually, no. Cancel that. We're gonna use this one since it's here. And I'm gonna delete it anyway because I think I was trying to improve the settings and I failed. So, subtool settings. That ain't it. Where is it? Yeah, subtool. Okay, hang on. Oh, duh. It's over here. You wanna, wherever your tool properties window is, you go to the little wrench. And that's where you're gonna have all of your adjustments and stuff. It is about 10 degrees hotter up here than it is downstairs. And why is my music being an asshole? Just gonna skip this song. Okay, maybe that'll help. That sucks. That's a good song. Bye bye, hoodie. Alright, so we have this all around blendy paintbrush. We're gonna add a brush shape. Brush tip. Let's choose a material. Find something fun. There we go. You got a nice little blossom pattern. And so now you can see it's changed the texture of the stroke. And we can actually try it here. So here's my happy blendy brush. And then we turn the dual brush on. And if you want it to show up in your property window, you just select it there so the eye is showing. And you can turn it off, on and off really fast if it's a brush you're going to use all the time and if you're going to be switching between the two. So now it's also combining the brush size. So you can check link to main brush size. And I think that should. Okay, our brush size is 60. Oh, I turned dual brush back on. So if we want it to be the same, we have to set this to the same size as whatever the current brush is, and then do link to main size. And so it just gives us like a texture with that blossom pattern. Let's see if we can find another one. Yeah, give. So really it's just combining the two things. Rose leaves, let's try that. Alright. So I'm gonna turn dual brush off for that. And we're gonna actually go to the decoration brushes. Because this is where things start getting really cool. We're gonna take I want something like really distinctive. So let's try hearts, and we're gonna turn on dual brush. Oops. Do brush tip. Let's do grunge. Let's see what that does. So that gives us that ain't it. We do a flower and a thing. Okay. I did it wrong, apparently. There we go. So we get our line and we get a heart every now and again. Now if we take this one, and this I actually saw in a tutorial, so I'm ripping this off a little bit, but it's on Clip Studio. So if you wanna look at dual brush tutorials, there's a really good one in the Clip Studio yabba dabbas. All right, let's choose this gear and see what it does. It doesn't. Well, I'm doing something wrong. Well, the whole point was you can do color mixing with dual brushes, so let's do that. Oh, there it is. That's pretty cool. Let's turn up the color stretch. Alright, this is a mess. Huh, it's a little weird, like it doesn't... Gonna have to scribble it in there. So it's gonna be a little funky if you want to do patterns and stuff with it. I do want to figure out this combining brush tips though, because there are ways to do it with two different tip shapes. I don't understand, guys. We're gonna have to do more with this sometime. A shape. Whoa. Why did that turn red right there? That's weird. Alright, well, I think I want to do a stream maybe more on customizing these brushes. I will take a closer look at why this isn't working the way I think it should. Oh shoot, did I turn the dual brush off? I did. Keep going to the wrong thing. Oh, I didn't turn it off for this, that's for sure. Oops. Alright. Let's move on. We'll figure this out another day. So anyway, color mixing you can use with dual brushes now, so that's cool. Smear will be added to color mixing in the subtool detail palette for brush type tools. Okay. So if we go back to this one. We go to ink, color mixing, and there it is, that's smear. So you can mix colors by using the color of the brush tip shape as well as set the blending mode. This is like a much more gentle. It's like, it's more subtle. So if you go to running color, that's going to be your more intense option. And then blend, which is what I use, you know, you can slowly build things up, but it's almost like smear is kind of transparent. Like you have to push quite a bit harder to get that intensity, as opposed to just regular blending mode. I mean, if you have to make more. So it's like with the color blending, the blending mode, you have to make more of an effort to use a lighter touch to get a smoother gradation, whereas with smear it's the opposite. You have to focus on putting gradually more pressure on to work up to that intense color. It's also not as smooth. I don't see it being as smooth. Okay, so that's cool. So this is color blend, and this is smear. Using about the same amount of pressure with each one. I wonder how it just affects like just the paint stroke by itself. So if you'll notice, smear fades at the end of the stroke and color blending fades at the beginning. And what's this one called again? Running color. does neither. That's running color, hard pressure, light pressure, color blending, light pressure, hard pressure, and smear, light pressure, hard pressure. So it's really just the opposite of the blending mode, color blending mode, color, as opposed to running color. I don't ever use running color. I think because of that intensity, because I blend so soft, I don't think it would work for me. Okay, application frame on Mac devices. You can, oh, so that's basically like you can pull your menu windows out separately. Windows has improved touch gestures. So if you have a touch device with a Windows OS, you can use 3-finger tap as well as pinch, rotate, and swipe all at the same time. The gesture configuration category has been added to the preferences dialog box. Choose the Clip Studio gestures option to use improved touch gestures. Windows, multiple DPI display support. When shown on a display set to different text scaling than the main display, the UI will scale automatically to the appropriate resolution. Even works with multiple monitors with differing text scaling configurations. Okay. iPad, iPhone, Galaxy, Android. Push notification functionality added. It will now be possible to receive Clip Studio profile push notifications on your device. They can be individually switched on or off in the profile settings. What would I need a notification for, except for maybe an update? But my shit updates automatically on mobile, so I don't know. Reduced file size. Yay! The file size on saving in Clip Studio format is reduced compared to previous versions. I wonder if that goes for the time-lapse videos as well. Oh shit. Clip Studio Paint logo function added to time-lapse videos. So you can put here, we'll just play this. So you can see in the corner right up here, you can put their logo in there if that's what you want. If that's what you're into. So I imagine that would be, oh, let's close this. Time-lapse. Where's that setting gonna be? Oh, file menu, time-lapse, export time-lapse. Okay, well, we didn't record one, so... export time-lapse. And, oh, right here. Show Clip Studio Paint logo. I like how it's automatically on. I know I'm gonna forget to turn that off at some point, just like I forget to hit record time-lapse sometimes. I would love it if there was a setting to have that automatically on all the time. I get so mad when I forget to turn it on. I would much rather say, I'm not recording this one, I want to turn it off. And then if I forget to turn it off, it's not a big deal, I just turn it off and it discards all the time-lapse information anyway. Okay, so functionality wise, that's about it. Other improvements and changes. Oops, sorry. I'm not gonna go through all of the bug fixes. Just to see if I missed anything else. Feature changes. When using file export and the expression color is set to RGB or CMYK, embed ICC profile will be turned on by default. I don't know what that means. Let's find out. Hey Google. It just has to do with color profiles, color conversion. Okay. When the cursor shape is set to sight or single pixel dot in preferences cursor, the size of the cursor will adjust depending on the monitor settings. Oh, this is cool. You can now merge selected layers to merge multiple non-consecutive layers in the layer palette. So basically, if we'll turn all the layers on. I know it looks horrible. Let's say I want to merge layers 1 and 3. I've never had to merge non-consecutive layers, but I'm guessing you couldn't before. So you can also use convert layers similarly to non-consecutive layers. Okay, so that's cool. Merge visible. Okay, so you would just do merge selected layers like both. So basically, yeah, it's gonna send that one to back. Okay, I guess that's useful. I don't know. I've never needed to do that. Okay, when I read it, it sounded cool, and then when I actually did it, I was like, eh. I guess. Where are we? When the tilt dynamics of a brush tool are set to direction of pen, pen tilt becomes disabled for the tilt dynamics of the dual brush tip, and vice versa. So basically, when you're messing with tilt dynamics and direction of pen, you can't have them set to opposite things between the main brush and the dual brush. We've redesigned the splash screen that appears when Clip Studio Paint is launched or after selecting about Clip Studio Paint. Let's see what it looks like. I don't recall what it looked like before. It didn't say anything about version information. Neat? Is that what that's supposed to be? Splash screen will now appear when launching Clip Studio Paint. I never noticed that it didn't. When using a PC or tablet, the splash screen can now be closed by tapping anywhere else on the screen. Teamwork cannot be set up on projects that are not set to sync in this device on the Manage Works screen in Clip Studio. Okay. That seems logical. Change the color of the notification icon in the Clip Studio dialog. Okay. Oh, that's for mobile. Windows, Galaxy, Android, Chromebook. The display of some UI elements has been optimized for display on high-res devices. We're just getting into minor stuff now. Clip Studio dialog. Login button now displays an icon for unread notifications and direct messages. Oh, that would be, I guess, if you're doing teamwork stuff, then yeah, you would want notifications for that kind of stuff. Going back to me saying, why would you want notifications on our mobile? There. Change the color and size of notifications and DM icons in the user dialog. And just little nitpicky things now. Change the color of the news and highlights button. What? Okay. I don't pay attention to most of this stuff. But that's the fall update. Not really having used the dual brushes a whole lot. I can see how color mixing with that would be a pretty big deal. With that dual brush option, it allows so much more customization. Like I said, I do want to dig into that more, but I want to be slightly more prepared than I am now for something like that. Sorry, I'm like about to yawn. I'm boring myself. No, I'm tired. Sorry. You kind of... Oh yeah, and then the wet wash and thick oil paint. Color mixing. It makes me wonder, like, because like I said, I don't really do the a lot of the subtools. Or default tools. The only default tool that I really use all the time is the G Pen. But I think I may have tweaked that a little bit as well. I'm wondering if that has color mixing on it. No, actually it wouldn't. Oh, it does. Oops. Oh, wow. I just use it for lining, so I never bothered with it, really. I think... Oh, that's what I did with it. I turned the stabilization up so high on the G Pen so I could pull a decent line. So there's no coloring with that. What? Okay. Stop messing with the pen. Okay, so that's Clip Studio updates. Got some neat features. I don't know if I'm ever gonna use smear. When I first read that, I was thinking like it was an actual blender. That sounds kind of cool, because I would love something in between blend and blur. And I feel like that's what smear would be if it was a blender on its own. Actually. Just for giggles, let's try this. So, now that smear is on there, we probably could just make a smear tool by changing the color mixing mode, right? So here, let's try this out. So that's the blender. Running color. That's essentially creating the blur tool. Yeah, that's exactly what the blur tool is. Fingertip. Okay. And then smear. So if you're doing smear, you're gonna pick up the color underneath. It looks like a little bit more. And if you're doing blending, you're gonna be picking up more of the color on top. So if I put just a line of yellow down this heart, and then we go here. So that's just blend. And this is smear. And you can see the smear's a little darker. Smear the whole thing. It's beautiful! There. Okay, so I'm just, for the heck of it, I'm gonna duplicate this. We're gonna name it Smear, and we're gonna make a smear tool. Flip. And we're gonna save that. Save all settings as default. So if we decide to mess with it some other time, why is this erasing now? Wait, what did I do? Okay, blend still work. If I change it back to... Why is it erasing? I don't understand. Why did it turn paint density off? Did I not just duplicate this tool? It should all be the same. Alright, we're gonna delete it. Okay, something is broken here. Was I not just blending with this? And now it doesn't work? I'm confused, guys. Alright, I guess I don't get a smear tool? I don't know. I'm gonna have to go back and watch again. Like, did I just do something totally stupid and not realize it? Or did I just break something? I do not understand. Alright. Well. Maybe someday I'll have a smear tool. Oh, that's how you do the blenders. So you just do the amount of paint, and then what would the density of the paint affect the... Oh. So it's essentially, when I change it to smear, it's putting the density of the paint all the way up. Is the equivalent of that. So it's an eraser. So if you do... Wait, now I'm curious. Hey, Omega, how's it going? I'm trying to figure out how to make a smear tool. And all I've accomplished is making an eraser. So... I don't know, let's try this one. See if I was right. Oh no, it's just erase blending mode. You made something! Yay! I'm gonna turn this into prints. So we went over the Clip Studio new features. The thick oil paint and the wet wash brushes have blending modes now, and then I played with dual brushes a little bit. I haven't entirely figured out how to combine brush tips. I thought I had it. I don't, apparently. Don't worry, it wasn't that good. Here, I'll do the dual brushes again. So, you pick whatever brush you want to fuck around with. And then you go down to your little, under tool properties, you click the wrench, and you go down to number 2. And under brush shape, you select dual brush. And so now instead of drawing this pattern, I'm drawing like a line of diamonds. And you can change the brush tip. Now, if I picked like a circle or something, it should do diamonds in that circle. And that's what I was having trouble with before, but I think I wasn't picking a good... Oh, there we go. Alright, hang on. Nope. Yes? No? Is it doing it? It's not doing it. Let's see here. We want to do... we want to link the brush size to the main size, or it does weird things. And then, so it's basically not doing anything. So here's the difference between, here's dual brush off, and here's dual brush on. Well, look at that fucking difference. I didn't do shit. Oh, okay, so it made kind of like an edge. I'm thinking this is one of those things where sometimes it's going to be hard to predict what it's going to do. I mean, you can definitely make some cool textures and stuff. I will say though, when you have a metric fuck ton of brush tips, trying to find one is a total pain in the ass. I'm gonna duplicate this one. So I don't fuck with one of my defaults. Dual brush. So we get a heart with line on it. There's gotta be a way to... Okay, so repeat method is one of the things that you kind of gotta fuck with. Curious. Maybe it's because the hearts are solid? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I don't get it. I don't get it. I need to mess with this more off stream so I can understand it better, because I wanted to do a video on this and I thought I understood it and I clearly don't. Oh wait, did I do... I didn't link it to the main brush size, so there's our first problem. There we go. I wish that would be on by default. Alright, let's try this again. Try that. Well, that ain't it. How the fuck are you gonna understand? Yeah, I know. I know. We're gonna do more with this. I just need to mess with it more. Wow. Thank you for the host. How are you today, by the way? Meh. Okay, cool. So we can't see the heart at all. Why meh? Ooh, button! I want that button. It didn't go your way? Oh, shit. What if you do the same brush tip for both? I don't understand! They have the exact same settings. So you're basically layering the brush tips, but I saw... Okay, I'm looking up the tutorial I saw before this makes me crazy. Because they had it in a way where there was a pattern. They used the hearts, and they used the music notes, and they have the music notes in heart shapes, like a stamp cutout. I gotta find this thing. That's what I've been trying to figure out how to do. It looks pretty straightforward, but I guess I was wrong. Okay, so here is the basics of dual brushes. So you go into the settings for your brush, and there's this whole second set of options that look like they're duplicates. That is the dual brush settings. So you're adding another layer of settings, almost like subsettings, to the brush that you're using. Okay, choose subtool. Okay, here. Choose subtool, decoration, and select butterfly ivy. Okay. Open subtool detail. Now choose another decorative brush shape and try it out. Okay, they did stars. What's that? It's... See, I got done going through all this stuff, and I'm like, sitting there feeling like I just did the most boring fucking thing. Okay, we've got star. It didn't do it. It did not do. See, I'm not crazy. It didn't do the thing that they're talking about. Link to main brush size. It's like putting the... Is this right? No. puts the pattern on the edges. Wait a minute. Oh. That's what the difference was. It was applying a brush shape, not a brush tip. How do I delete this? Oh, right here, the little trash can. Alright, so we have a brush shape. It's still doing circles. Okay, so we want it to be on multiply to apply that shape. Why is it still doing circles? Alright, we're gonna reset everything to default. No touching tips. Gotcha. Yeah, don't touch tips. Okay, so we do dual brush. And this is where we select. Still didn't do it. And see, she doesn't link it to the main brush size either. Why isn't this working? It was almost working. Almost had it. I'm just gonna download the working ones. I am gonna do a thing on custom brushes. I'm finally starting to be able to make some decent stuff. Wait a minute. Why can't I just do brush shape? Oh, because that's the brush shape. Okay. Maybe brush shape here. Oh, I didn't click apply brush shape. Jesus Christ. There we go. There we go. So now it's... It's the pattern in the shape of the hearts. And we can make it stars. It's kind of hard to see. Let's try with a different one. I understand it now, though. So, like, if we wanted to put... What if we did chickens? Alright. So, let's say, for whatever reason, we want to use this mesh pen. Let's make it look cool, at least. I love this pen. It's so neat. I've never actually used it for anything, but... Oy. So now we can go in... We can turn on dual brush. Let's just make this... Make it the same size as your current brush. Link to main brush size so that it actually changes when you change your brush size. Yeah, so that everything changes together. And then you just pick a pattern. And then apply brush shape. And it's gonna put this mesh pattern inside this brush shape. So, normal, dual brush. So it's like a lace imprint over the mesh. The mesh. Does it make sense now? And now that I understand it, I can explain it. Stars. Nope. Oh, don't forget to hit apply brush shape because I apparently can't get that little detail. Stars. Hearts. Dashed line. So I was messing with brush tip, which is where it started doing fucky things. But I think that's where if you wanted to make textured brushes, that's what you start screwing with. Because in this tutorial, did I post the link? Yes. In this tutorial, the next part of it is using this same method to make a hairbrush. And there's so many hairbrushes in the marketplace anyway, and I'm going to tell you, most of them suck. I have yet to find one that I like enough to use all the time. And I need one to finish my Cerberus that I started like 2 years ago. Anyway. You know what? There's a new one, since we're talking about brushes. My brain is completely invested in Inktober right now, and I've started working on them to kind of get ahead of the game a little bit, and I don't want to work on them on stream. Unless I'm doing one, like, for the next day. Which I hope I don't get that far behind, but I probably will. Assets. Just spit on myself. What did they explain to you? I did just see a brush that looked interesting. I just want to see if I can find it again. I was actually going to send it to you, and I realized I was in the car. Another thing that I really kind of wish Clip Studio would do is make it so that you can filter out the NSFW stuff. Their take on it is kind of like use the assets at your own risk. But I miss being able to just roll through and look at stuff like on stream and show what I'm looking at, and I can't do that because, like, for instance, this one, which is Hairpen of Dick. It is a brush to make pubes. And all of the porn poses that they keep doing with the 3D figures and putting up here. And it doesn't matter what you search for, somebody's gone in here and ruined it. And I personally don't care that that stuff is there. I just wish there was a way that people would be required to mark it so that it can be filtered on. I just think about how many... yeah, actually, let me copy that link. I will check that out after stream. But I just think about, like, the miners that actually use the software, and they go and look at that they go and that shit is sitting there, and it's like, I don't know. I know. Not cool, Clip Studio. Celsius. That's the parent company, right? Celsius. Transformative content. I will check it out, and maybe we'll do like a hair thing or something. I don't know. You know what? Fuck it. We're on this tutorial. Let's see what they do to make a brush that does hair textures. In the next part. Oh. It looks like grass. Well, I guess because they made it in green. Okay. We're going to create a fur brush. It'll be very special because it's a soft fur brush. With the dual... By default, it's a soft fur brush. When dual brush is enabled, it's a hard bristle brush with an additional undertone. Okay. Oh, it can also be used for greenery. Oh, good, because it looks like grass. Okay, so we've got our thick oil paint tool already duplicated. So we're just going to use that. So it's to duplicate thick oil paint. Rename the brush. Yeah, fuck it. First, we need to create our own brush tip. Oh, it's going into all this. Change the... Alright, we'll do it. Make a new canvas. We'll make an itty bitty one. Oh, this is gonna mess all my shit up. Yeah, I know. We're just gonna do it. So, I'm gonna explain it while we're going. I'm reading it for the first time, so I have to process. So we make a new canvas. We have to make the image material for the brush tip. So we're just gonna make a new canvas real quick. To make that image material, which I'm trying, dude. We're making a new canvas. We're gonna just draw a quick little thing, and we're gonna import that as an image material, and that's gonna be the brush tip for the fur brush. So we've made our new canvas. We've got a raster layer. We're gonna go into layer settings. Wait a minute. Nope, we're not. Well, I wasn't planning to do this. It just sort of happened. No, it's fine. Layer settings. Shit, where's the... How do you change the expression color? Layer property. It's hard because I don't have... It's hard when you're looking at somebody else's workspace and it's set up differently than yours, and so sometimes the menu stuff is different. Alright, so we're just gonna do it up here. Layer. I know where this is, but I don't know where it is. Where the fuck is that? It's in layer properties. I have layer properties. Clipped layer. flow, reference layer, draft layer, lock layer, masking, ruler, layer color. Do I have to make a new layer? That's not it. This is gonna drive me crazy if I can't figure out where this thing is. Because I know I've seen it before. That doesn't do anything. Yeah, that's the thing, is like, it doesn't matter how good the tutorial is. You get hung up on one stupid menu. It's like, fuck, where is it? I need to build a new workspace for animation. Alright, layer. It's gotta be in layer settings somewhere. Advanced settings. Ugh. See, here's expression color. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I didn't have the thing I needed. There we go. So, this setting is in the layer property window. We're changing it to gray. That's all we needed to do, was change the layer expression color to gray. So, if you don't have this little handy thing here and you need it, you find it under Window. No, you find it under, yeah, Window. It's under Window, Layer Property, and then you'll be able to change that expression color. I'm going to leave that there for now. Turning that off later. Okay. And it says if we register the brush while the layer is in color, we're going to register whatever color we're painting in. So if you want to be able to change the color of your brush tip later, you have to register it in grayscale. Or expression color gray. So when we're doing this, the color we use doesn't matter. You can see it's painting in gray. Sweet. Happy, happy. So we're gonna make a little... Oops. That's very dark. Make 4 brush strokes. Okay. I don't like this brush for this. Is that what she used? This isn't all that great either. I don't like it. Let's try this one. Holy, no stabilization on that. Crank that stabilization up, please. It's still pretty bad. I'm doing an extra. Haha! Expedition color. Yes. Okay. I don't think I made that big enough. I don't like any of these. They're all terrible. What was it? Oh. I think that was it. Nope. Oh, okay. I get it now. It's still not doing it right. Imagine having any idea what you're doing with Clip Studio. Yeah, I don't. Because the thing is, like, you change the settings on one brush and it does one thing, and then you change those exact same settings on another brush and it can have a totally different effect. And all I want to do is have it end in a taper. And it's not doing that. There we go. That's what I want. That's all I wanted it to do. Holy crap, the correction's high on this. Oh, maybe not. I think I want to do... starting as well. There, that's gonna be my fur texture. I still made it way too fucking small. Ballpoint pen go brr. Okay, anyway, I'm done fucking with the shape. This is what we're gonna use. Oops. We're gonna go to... Now that I've completely derailed everything. We're gonna go to Edit. And we're gonna go to Register Material. And Image. I've done this before, but I'm gonna make sure I'm absolutely following the tutorial because it's been a while. I made, when I did Mujicarb, I took the line art and made it a brush tip. It was horrible and it was cursed and it never came out right. Brush. Okay, so you give it a name. You click use for brush tip shape. Oh, and then you give it a search tag. Ooh, fancy. We're gonna put it in, I don't know. Pattern. No, not pattern. Texture. So you just click on the little plus taggy thing here, give it a search tag so you can find it when you're looking for brush tips. And then you're gonna hit OK. So we're gonna go back over here. Let's make a new layer. We're gonna go back to our we're gonna go back to the tool that the thick oil paint tool. Go back to our subtool settings. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Sorry. I confused myself. Okay. They have their brush size set to 18, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna go to brush tip. Yeah, thick oil. We're gonna click on material. We're gonna get our free brush. Right here. So we registered our brush tip, and now we can go in and grab it. We hit OK, and now we can draw with it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, okay, so they deleted the other materials. I just replaced it. Okay, so we have our brush stroke options. So you'll see this in a lot of the texture brushes where the actual brush tip will change direction based on which way you're drawing. So if we draw with this now, oops. Did I do something wrong again? Fuck, what did I do? What did I fuck up? Okay, we gotta turn this texture off. There it is. So now you can see there we go. So now it's actually drawing with our brush tip. Hold on. I think I picked like the worst. There we go. So it's not the best because I made my strokes too solid, I think. Whoa. That's weird. The nice thing is you can kind of preview it. Okay, so I'm just changing the thickness so it looks more like hair strokes, I guess. Anyway, what I was saying is you can change it so that when you draw the other way, when you draw in different directions, it changes how it draws, and it's not doing it. It's making a liar out of me. Alright, fuck it. Let's see what else it does. We're gonna put it on the settings that it did it. So, flip on reverse strokes for horizontal, and then it's just doing random on the other one. Okay, so you can see that it's doing a different texture with this setting. It does it, at least for horizontal and vertical. Yeah, I made some real fancy feathers. Now go to the spraying effect section. Okay. We're gonna enable spraying. Yeah, I know, right? Let's already saw this. Observe how your brush preview changes. Particle size, 63. Reminder, the brush is currently set to 18. Sure. I haven't totally changed that at all. Whoa. Oh. Alright, I kind of get it. I don't like how it's... I'm gonna change that. There we go. That's better. Look, that's not bad. Got a little fur brush. So I just turned the flip vertical off. Yeah, we don't want that. I like it. Okay, anyway, back to spraying effect. So we changed the particle size to 63, which is essentially changing the brush tip size. So the denser you make it, the more you're going to get that fur effect. Okay. Enable the brush size. Doing so will link your brush and particle sizes. Ah, okay. So this is something I think you can just kind of mess with it until you get it how you like it. Ooh, color mixing is definitely on. I don't like the way it layers though. Okay. Direction of particle 210. Yeah, watch, let go of my shit. Yeah. All the splotches. Direction of particle. Yes, I know I could type it in. Why did I change that? It says to spray towards center. Okay. Well, that's interesting. Random. I kind of like random. I'm going to keep it at random. So the direction of particle is going to sort of change how your texture is looking. I kind of liked it the way it was before though. So I think this is just something you can fiddle with. Until it's the way you want it. Yeah, let's put it right in the middle. Whee! They have a tree pen? What do you mean a tree pen? Okay, we're gonna go to the stroke section now. And we're gonna go to gap and enable continuous spraying. Okay. We haven't even gotten to the dual brush part yet. Okay. Finally, go to the texture section. And we're gonna change it to Bird's Eye Maple. Oh, it's right there. Oh, it does not like to be big. Still not a fan of the way this is working. But we're not done yet. Enable the invert texture option. She also has emphasized density on. I don't think that's what we want though. Okay, we're gonna go to starting and ending. And we're gonna choose the following parameters. Amount of paint and blend with subcolor. I'm gonna go to ink. color mixing. Why can't I change that? Why can't I change that? Okay. This is looking less like fur than it did in the first place, but whatever. Dual brush. Brush shape. Okay, so we're adding the fur brush. Oops. Why? Okay, my cursor just completely freaked out. We're adding our fur brush again. Thickness to 670. What? And we're setting the angle to 225. And we're setting the angle dynamics to direction of pen. What? Where is that? Oh, so you click this and you get more settings. It's not letting me select direction of pen. Cool. Brush density to 79. Yeah, it's the same thing. Then open brush density dynamics. Okay, we are well into shit I don't normally mess with. So brush density dynamics, that's this little button here next to brush density. Pen pressure, minimum value 71. That's very specific. Turn off random, it's not on. Okay. Go to the spraying effect section. Enable spraying effect. Particle size. Oops. Okay. Then bring the brush size back down to 18. There we go. Spraying effect, particle size 25. Enable brush size, decrease the particle density to 1. Direction of particle to 03. Again, these are all like super specific numbers and whatnot. This looks like shit. Spray towards center, enable random. Okay. Go to the stroke section. Repeat method. Random. Texture. Oh, because it's got the canvas on. That's why. Bird's eye maple. Okay. And then we can just turn off dual brush. I'm not a fan of the texture. I'm just gonna get rid of that. So let's mess with it now, because I really kind of want to make this work. Alright, ink. Color mixing, blend. Why couldn't I change that before? Is that because I put, maybe it was because I had put the texture on. Okay, well, I've got it now. Density. Yeah, I'm gonna take the density down so we get that nice, easy mixing in there. I'm gonna take color stretch up. Now we get like a nice gradual blend. Amount of paint. Probably gonna... it still doesn't look like fur, but I mean, it's like a neat thing we made. Curious what my settings are for this. 100, 60, and 10. Let's try that. So here's how I make my own brushes. I take a brush that I think is pretty good, that almost does what I want it to do. And then I find another brush that like does the thing that I want it to, but I don't like it the way I like the first brush. And I mush the settings together until it does what I want it to do. Yeah, this is not gonna work as a fur brush. I made a shitty fur brush. I'm just gonna take the amount of paint down because I don't think it's gonna work for this brush. Okay. Just too dense in the middle. Ooh. particle size. Okay, let's take our brush size back down. Turning into a really nice cloud brush, actually. I like stuff that I can slowly build up. This one might be a little too slow. I think I like it better without the continuous spraying too. I'm gonna take the texture off of this one too. Oops. And remember to do the right thing. So now it kind of, now that I changed some things, and that is kind of neat. It's like a sea urchin. That is kind of a neat way to be able to switch which type of hair or fur that you're doing in one brush. The particle direction doesn't seem to make that big of a difference when it's random like this. Now if I go and I change it back to... Oh, this one is on spray towards center. That's not a huge difference. Okay, I don't want that one as spray towards center. I don't like that. Okay, it said you could do color blending. Why isn't it on this one? You can do color blending on dual brushes now. Is it only on certain ones? I have questions. Right. Oh my gosh, if you do like a glow one. Yeah, it just makes it like bright. Yeah, we're gonna go back to multiply. I think if I was gonna do this again, I might start from scratch. Alright, I think I totally screwed up my settings now. That's okay. So I think we just spent 2 hours messing around with dual brushes and we sort of know what's going on. One thing I want to do. I want to add a subtool. I want to see if Musikarp is still in here. Actually, it wouldn't be if there's no tag. Oh, he's not in here. Oh well. I think I'm gonna call it there. We explored some new features on Clip Studio. We made a brush. Oh god. And I'm gonna go. Was it though? I am gonna figure all this out and do like a proper video on it. I have plans for YouTube videos. I need to get through Inktober first. Or at least get ahead of the game. So I'm gonna go work on Inktober stuff. And I still have to do Jacko, which I'm planning to work on Friday. And then I would love to work on Cerberus. I really wanted it done before. Not enough time in the day. Never is. Anyway, we'll get there. Lots of art. Lots of things to do. And, oh, there's our fur. So, I'll be back sometime this weekend. Definitely Sunday for Wake and Paint. If I can squeeze another stream in there, I will. Before then. Have a wonderful rest of your day. And I'll see you next time.